Hi, Mike Glenn, Senior Pastor at Brentwood Baptist Church. Glad to welcome you to our YouTube channel. What is a U channel? YouTube channel, and it would help us a lot if you hit subscribe and like. We are glad that you're joining us for this little part of your day. I've been doing what I do for a long time, and now I am in the position where I have raised my children, and now I am working with children that I helped raise who are now raising their own children. Long and short of it, I'm just old now. But one of the things that keeps coming up that is kind of a predictable in a young man's life and now in young women's life, one of the things about the internet is that this issue of pornography is now a mutual offender. It is now trapping women into the issue of addiction to pornography as well as young men. It used to be, when I was growing up, that everything that was bad was on the other side of town. And half the challenge of being bad was getting to the other side of town and getting back before your parents found out about it. So if you wanted pornography or if you wanted alcohol, then all of that was on the other side of town. And so you had to sneak over to the other side of town, find what you were looking for, and then sneak back without getting caught. Half the adventure was not getting caught. Now, it is much more dangerous in that you can click a couple of keys and everything that the world offers in the issue of pornography is now available to you. So let's talk about this issue of pornography and this growing, some even talk about the epidemic of addiction to pornography. First, let's agree that it is an addiction. That is, just like alcohol, just like drugs, it kicks in certain areas of your brain that releases dopamine. When you view the pornography, you get a high, and you enjoy this high, and so then you have to keep looking at more and more pornography until you keep reaching that same level of dopamine, because the original stimulation is no longer enough to keep that dopamine at that high level. You have to keep stretching or pushing the limits of pornography so you can get that relationship to the dopamine. So it is an addiction. As an addiction, and then it is almost impossible. I'm not going to say impossible, but it is very, very hard to deal with by yourself. You need community. You need brothers and sisters around you. So let's understand the first thing that pornography does. The first thing that pornography does is it pushes you to be by yourself. You want to be by yourself because your wife doesn't understand you, your girlfriend doesn't get you, the world doesn't get you. So let's go be by yourself, just you and the computer, just you and whatever gadget you're using to engage in pornography. It's just you and that gadget. Then you will be providing images with the illusion and the false promise that this person is available just for your gratification, that this person being presented to you has no needs, no wants, no desires, no feelings, nothing. They're just here to serve you. Now, you and I know that's not true. If you were to meet this person, they would be just like any other person you've met. But the illusion of pornography is that they are available for your total gratification anytime you want it. Now, the thing about the addiction is the addiction wants all of your attention. Okay, it wants all of your energy. So you will lose relationships. You will lose the inability to be with your wife or your husband. You'll lose the inability to be with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. You will lose the very physical connection that you crave because the addiction of pornography will destroy your ability. Get this. It will destroy your ability to respond physically without the pornography. We are now in a situation of this epidemic that we have young men who are now impotent because of what pornography did to them, and they've never physically been with a woman. Now that is a devil of a truth, but it is happening in our own nation. So what do? You're listening to me, and you're going, okay, I may have a problem. What do you do first? First, you move your computer to a public place. You do not have it in your study. You do not have it in your bedroom. You have it on the couch of the living room. You have it where your wife is. You have it where your family is. You're never in a position where you are alone with the computer, okay? Secondly, there are things you can do. You can get certain software things like Covenant Eyes and others that share your web searches with a trusted friend. So like if I was your Covenant Eyes partner, then wherever you searched on the web, I would get an email that says, this is where your friend went on the internet today. And I'd be able to see if you hit some of those. You need to put some kind of accountability in your life. You need to have somebody who has access to your computer that can check your computer, where you're going and what you're doing on your computer. You need to put yourself in a situation where you are looking to somebody to hold you accountable. 2, you need to be talking to somebody about this. You need to be talking to a counselor. You need to be open with a band of brothers about this, that this is what I'm dealing with and I need your help and I need your prayers. Then you want to start paying attention to what the triggers are that would make you go medicate by using pornography. Is it high stress? Is it when you get tired? Is it when the boss yells at you? Is it when you and your wife have a fight that you go and medicate by using pornography? And then I want to anticipate those triggers. I want to say, okay, I'm getting to a situation where I would go use pornography. And then I want to call one of my accountability buddies and say, listen, I'm about to have a tough time. I want you to be praying for me, and I want you to call me back in an hour, and I want you to call me back in 2 hours. I want you to check on me to make sure that I am not doing what I used to do with pornography, but I'm facing this thing as an adult. And that's the key. Pornography is a way that you hide from real life problems. Now, those real life problems don't go away, they don't get solved, they don't get better. They just stay there and wait for you. But you can't deal with them unless you're an adult, unless you're grown up. So as you begin to deal with your issues of pornography, you'll have all these other issues to deal with. That's going to be a challenge because you're going to want to say, see, it was better when I was using pornography. No, it wasn't. It was just easier that way, okay? It was just easier that you were hiding any addiction. Now, face the problems. That's why you need your brothers around you. That's why you need to be honest with your wife or your husband. This is what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm going through, okay? All right? This is a serious issue that will take over your life if you're not aggressive in dealing with it, okay? That's not what Jesus wants for you. That's not what you want, okay? So put your computer in a public place, make an agreement with somebody and use a software like Covenant Eyes. Get you a band of brothers around you where you're honest, going, hey, this is what I'm dealing with and I need your friendship to hold me accountable. All right, and if this doesn't help, let me know and we'll talk about phase 2. I'm Mike Glenn. This is our YouTube channel. Hit subscribe and like, and I'll see you next time.